Valentine's Day is right around the corner. I wanted to give you guys some ideas for how to have an amazing date night meal. Welcome to World AIP, the channel dedicated to helping you implement the Autoimmune Protocol. I'm Stacy and I'm wearing this awesome t-shirt I got down with, can you see it? AIP, yeah, you know me. Paleo on the Go sent this to me. They have for sale on their website. There's a link below to where you can get one. First things first, of course, you're gonna want a beautiful piece of red meat, right? Steak is really good when it's good and really bad when it's not good. I remember when I first started cooking, I'd go to the grocery store and it all looked like steak to me, so I would just get the cheaper one, and it was like some kind of sliced eye around. Oh, it was awful. It was rubber, gray rubber. There's three main cuts that you'll find. There's other ones, but these are the three main, right? There's the tenderloin, aka filet mignon, or just filet, right? That's gonna be the most tender, but it's also gonna have the least flavor. On the far end of the spectrum is the ribeye. That's gonna have the maximum flavor, but the most fat, and it's a little more work. You're doing a lot of cutting, right? Right in the middle is the New York strip, or the sirloin. That's what I love. It has the flavor, but it's not so much work. I'm a New York strip sirloin girl, but you know, the ribeyes, I see the attraction. The filet, okay, it's whatever, it's your personal preference. Either way, this method will work for any of those three. It's called reverse pan searing. You only need one little gadget. It's very inexpensive. I'll link to where you can get it. You might already have one, but you need a cheap little meat thermometer. That's what the New York strip looks like. If you have histamine issues like me, I don't know if you know this, but the histamine starts to build more on the surface, and just rinsing it before you cook it can get rid of some of that. If you don't have a histamine intolerance, never mind that. I don't know if you saw my video on how to heat up AIP. I had mentioned Ganthoda powder in that video. Well, I found the whole Ganthoda root. I stuck that Ganthoda root in, I had an old pepper mill that it came with pepper in it, and I stuck the Ganthoda root pieces in it. And now it's like coarse black pepper. I grind it out of there. So I'm gonna use my Ganthoda root, or you can just buy the Ganthoda powder. This is just like black pepper, except it's AIP compliant, but it has the same taste. So if you really want a black pepper taste on something, use this. It's great. All right, let's get this steak dry seasoned, and also preheat your oven to 275. I'm gonna put some Himalayan pink salt and my Ganthoda. I want you to get a good look at this. They look like little pieces of wood, but it's the rhizome. And you can get these at like an Indian specialty shop. Look at that. Oh, it's gonna have a gorgeous black pepper taste and texture. I'm gonna bake this at 275. Medium rare to medium is like the way I love my steak. I know some of you guys want it medium well done, and that's fine, that's okay. This meat thermometer comes with a guide, and it tells you like the exact temperature. So steaks, if you want it medium, you're going to cook it to an internal temperature of 135 to 145. I'm going to do mine medium rare, and that's what they recommend. So the finished temperature would be 130 to 135. But because we're reverse pan searing this steak, we want to go 25 degrees shy of that. I'm going to put this in the toaster oven at roughly 275. Check it after 10 minutes. Alright, so my steak is 112.6 degrees. That's fine. The pan searing is going to bring it up another 25 degrees or so, so it'll be like 140. So I'll be right about medium, actually, because I got carried away with something else. Well, this was in there. Next step, I'm going to sear the steak on very high heat to form a crust. I'm going to put like 1 to 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. You could use coconut oil on a high smoke point. And I'm gonna go maximum sear on this, which is, oh geez Louise, it's like 575 degrees. Oh, would you look at that gorgeous crust? I messed this up once. I was cooking it for Phil and I. But we were gonna make extra for later, so I had 4 of them actually, and I put them all in the pan, covered the whole surface area of the pan. The liquid came out of the steaks. They never browned. They weren't that great. So do 2 at a time in a good sized pan. You don't want to cover the entire pan with steaks. Too much liquid all at once. Don't make that mistake that I made. Don't forget to sear the sides. The whole searing process does create a lot of smoke. Hopefully you have a vent. Now that we have our gorgeous crust, this step is extremely important. Do not cut into that steak, don't touch it. Take a piece of foil and make a loose tent, and we're gonna leave that alone for 10 minutes. 5, 10. While that's resting, let's talk about sides. So when we sear meat at really high temperatures, it does create carcinogenic compounds, but don't worry, you still can enjoy your steak. You're not gonna eat one of these every single night and for breakfast too. But to protect yourself from those, you eat this along with cruciferous vegetables, okay? And you don't always pan sear at super high temps and grill at super high temps, you know. This is a once in a while thing. It's a delicious date night thing, and we're gonna offset that with some cruciferous vegetables. So maybe make some broccoli, or have a nice arugula salad before the steak. Some very lightly sauteed kale with garlic on the side. You know what I really like for like a date night meal is shaved asparagus. So you get the asparagus and you take your carrot peeler and you just shave off that first layer, that bumpy layer, so you have these perfectly smooth, brilliant green asparagus stalks. There's just something special about them when they're prepared that way. And also, if you want to have a starchy dish along with it, I don't think you can go wrong with a classic mashed white sweet potato. Or you could use, you know, taro root. Oh, taro root is so good mashed. If you can find it, please do try it. All you do to mash them, obviously, you boil them, drain it, coconut milk or bone broth, and salt to taste, and you can throw in some garlic and herbs if you want to get fancy. The highlight of this dish is definitely the perfectly cooked steak and the dessert. For dessert, you're just gonna need 3 ingredients. Organic strawberries, because those are a dirty dozen. If you don't know what dirty dozen is, there's the dirty dozen list and the clean 15 list. The dirty dozen list is the produce that is most likely contaminated with pesticides, and the clean 15 are the ones that aren't quite as likely to, you know, have pesticide in them. So strawberries are like, they top the list. If you can't get organic strawberries, consider getting something different. And then you just need carrot powder and coconut butter. Unfortunately, sorry guys, you're gonna need to melt it. Actually, it's not that hard to melt, okay? What do? An hour before, 45 minutes before you're ready to make your recipe, you take your jar of coconut manna or butter, you stick it in a whole dish pan full, just run the tap on hot. Fill the dish pan, plunk this in there, wait, you know, 40 minutes, maybe mix it, put it back in there, and it's gonna melt. It's gonna be perfectly melted. Alternatively, you can use your space heater. I have it on all the time because it's so cold and I hate being cold. And if I have something I need to thaw, I just kind of stick it on the counter in front of my space heater, like 30 minutes. And that does the trick very nicely. So melted coconut butter, carob. We're gonna make chocolate covered strawberries. Now this, I didn't invent this, this has been done, except everybody else is using coconut oil, but then it's gonna make a much thinner coating. I wanted a thick coating. Once you add the carob to this, you don't really taste coconut, and it adds, this is a little sweeter than a regular, just plain coconut oil. I like this combination. Depending on how much you wanna make, you might need a lot or a little. I'm just gonna make a couple to show you guys. I don't want to be eating these all night, you know? I mean, if I had to measure, I'd say that was like 2 tablespoons. And if I had to measure the amount of carob, I'd say like 2 teaspoons. Mix it up. The carob is gonna thicken the coconut butter. So if you put too much carob in, it's not gonna be dippable. But if that happens, no worries, just add more coconut butter. Oh my, would you look at that? If you want to speed this up, you can stick them in the fridge, or you can just leave them at room temperature if it's, you know, the strawberries are cold. See, this is already getting hard. This one was my sample one. It was delicious, and I pulled these off. Yeah. So I tell you what, you might want to do half, right? Let it chill. Do the other half. Let that chill. This chocolate coating is downright fudge-like. It is delicious. It tastes just like chocolate. I do not taste coconut in it. It is absolutely yummy, 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 and it's a nice thick coating. You could actually serve these with my fluffy whipped coconut butter. If you've already made the fluffy whipped coconut butter, you can just whip that up with a little extra water to make it just a little more dippable instead of thick spreadable. And you could throw a little vanilla into that. All right, it's been 10 minutes. Let's cut into this steak. I just want you to see this crust because this is what makes it like a steakhouse quality. Let's cut into it. So this is a perfect medium, I'd say. So if you want medium rare, you know, go to like 105 tops. I like medium too, but look at how it is juicy and it is pink and it has the gorgeous crust. It's flying away from it's alive. This is everything you'd want in a steak, and the flavor is spot on. Like, I need to end this video now so I can eat it because, oh man. That ganthoda was like really peppery. Oh, it's perfect. Oh my goodness. I hope you like this video. I hope you have an awesome Valentine's Day. Even if you're single, guess what? Love yourself. Make yourself a gorgeous steak dinner and some chocolate covered strawberries. I hope you have a great day, and if you want to see more behind the scenes stuff, I say this at the end of every video, so you probably know by now. I put clips up on Lens almost every day, show you guys what I'm up to, what I bought at the grocery store and all, and those are free, but $2 patrons also get a exclusive recipe once a month as a thank you, so I gotta eat. Hope to see you soon. Until then, be healthy.